Welcome. Discover the Martin B-10, a groundbreaking leap in military aviation history. The Martin B-10 represents a significant milestone in the evolution of military aviation. The world's first all-metal monoplane bomber with an internal bomb bay, retractable landing gear, and enclosed cockpit. The B-10 catapulted the United States into the lead in terms of bomber design during the 1930s. This aircraft was not just an incremental advancement, but a pioneering model that set new standards for speed, range, and versatility. Development. The Martin B-10 bomber traces its roots back to the late 1920s, following the end of the First World War. At the time, military aircraft designs were typically biplanes made primarily of wood and fabric. Recognizing the need for a modern, more capable bomber aircraft, the Glenn L. Martin Company set out to develop a monoplane of revolutionary design. The design philosophy was fundamentally different from that of earlier aircraft, prioritizing speed, range, and payload capacity. They aimed to create an all-metal monoplane bomber, which would greatly surpass the capabilities of the biplanes then in service. The first prototype, designated the Martin Model 123, took to the air for its maiden flight in March 1932. This early version demonstrated the viability of the new design concepts. However, it also revealed areas needing improvement. Consequently, further refinements were made, leading to the development of the Martin Model 139, which was the basis for the B-10 production series. The Model 139, along with other subsequent prototypes, underwent extensive testing, both on the ground and in the air. After successful trials, the United States Army Air Corps (USAAC) was impressed enough to order a small number of B-10s in 1933 for further evaluation. Martin's creation was officially introduced into service with the USAAC in February 1934. At the time of its debut, it was faster than the biplanes it was designed to replace, and also faster than the fighters of the day. The B-10 could carry a substantial payload over long distances at speeds previously thought unattainable for bomber aircraft. The development of the Martin B-10 represented a significant leap in aviation technology. It was the first all-metal monoplane bomber to enter service, introducing many features that would become standard in future bomber designs, such as an internal bomb bay, retractable landing gear, and a fully enclosed cockpit. Although the B-10's service life was relatively short due to the rapid pace of aviation advancements in the 1930s, it played a crucial role in shifting military thinking and tactics. The aircraft firmly demonstrated the potential of high-speed, long-range bombers, influencing bomber design for the following decades. Design. The B-10 was a twin-engine, all-metal monoplane, designed with features that were cutting-edge at the time. The aircraft boasted a fully enclosed cockpit, a first for military aircraft, which improved crew comfort and protection. It was also the first mass-produced military plane to incorporate retractable landing gear, a feature that significantly enhanced aerodynamics and thus speed and fuel efficiency. One of the key design features was the internal bomb bay. Prior to the B-10, bombers typically carried their payloads on external racks, which increased drag and decreased aircraft performance. The internal bomb bay of the B-10 allowed for a sleeker, more aerodynamic design, and reduced drag, allowing for higher speeds and better fuel efficiency. The Martin B-10 was powered by Wright R1820 Cyclone radial engines, each delivering 775 horsepower. This gave the aircraft its impressive speed, outrunning contemporary fighters. The aircraft had a wingspan of 70 feet 6 inches and a length of 44 feet 9 inches. It stood 15 feet 5 inches tall. Its empty weight was approximately 9,681 pounds, and it had a maximum takeoff weight of 14,700 pounds. The B-10 was capable of carrying up to 2,260 pounds of bombs in its internal bomb bay. For defense against enemy fighters, the aircraft was armed with 3.30 caliber machine guns, one each in the nose, dorsal, and ventral positions. The standard crew for the B-10 was 4, including a pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, and a gunner who operated the dorsal and ventral machine guns. Overall, the design and specifications of the Martin B-10 marked it as an innovative and powerful bomber for its time. It set new standards in speed, range, and bomb-carrying capacity, providing the U.S. with a formidable new weapon in its military arsenal. Martin Model 146. The Martin Model 146 was an evolved design based on the Martin B-10 bomber, intended to meet the United States Army Air Corps' USAAC's requirements for a new bomber. The USAAC issued these requirements in 1934, asking for a bomber that could carry a 2,000-pound bomb load at a speed of 200 miles per hour over a range of 2,000 miles. To meet these specifications, the Glenn L. Martin Company developed the Model 146. It incorporated several improvements over the B-10, including a more streamlined fuselage and a redesigned tail. The aircraft also featured increased armor and an enhanced bomb load capacity compared to its predecessor. The Model 146 was powered by two Wright R18-039 Cyclone 9-cylinder air-cooled radial piston engines, each producing 930 horsepower. This provided the Model 146 with a top speed of around 260 miles per hour, a significant improvement over the B-10. However, despite these enhancements, the Model 146 did not win the USAAC's competition for a new bomber. The competition was ultimately won by the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, which offered superior range, payload, and defensive armament capabilities. The failure of the Model 146 to secure a production contract was a significant setback for Martin. However, the company learned valuable lessons from the experience, which it applied to later aircraft designs. Although the Model 146 did not go into full-scale production, the project contributed to the evolution of the company's design philosophy, paving the way for future successful Martin aircraft, operational use by the U.S. The B-10 was introduced into service with the United States Army Air Corps' USAAC in February 1934. At the time of its debut, the bomber represented a significant leap forward in military aviation technology, with its innovative design and superior performance capabilities. The B-10 served as the backbone of the USAAC's bomber force throughout the mid-1930s. It provided the USAAC with a long-range bombing capability that significantly expanded its tactical and strategic options. It was used primarily for coastal defense and patrol operations, as well as for training purposes. It was not used in a combat role by the United States, as by the time the U.S. entered World War II, the B-10 had been largely replaced by more modern and capable aircraft such as the B-17 Flying Fortress and B-2 Ford Liberator. Despite its relatively short service life, the B-10 played a significant role in shaping the development of U.S. strategic air power. The experience gained from operating and maintaining the B-10 provided invaluable lessons for the USAAC, particularly in terms of the operational use of fast, long-range monoplanes. This experience helped pave the way for the development and introduction of more advanced bomber aircraft that would play a key role in World War II. Martin's aircraft also saw operational use outside the United States, particularly in China. In the mid-1930s, as tensions with Japan were escalating, China sought to modernize and strengthen its air force. Part of this effort involved the acquisition of Martin B-10 bombers from the United States. China purchased 13 B-10s in 1937, and they were used extensively in the Second Sino-Japanese War, which began that same year. While the B-10 was already somewhat outdated by the start of the conflict, it nonetheless played a crucial role in China's war effort. The Chinese B-10s were primarily used for night bombing missions against Japanese positions. The bombers were also utilized in a maritime reconnaissance capacity, providing valuable intelligence on Japanese naval movements. Despite the B-10's relatively advanced age and the challenges presented by more modern Japanese aircraft, The Chinese air crews demonstrated considerable skill and courage in their use of the B-10. In fact, the B-10 continued to be used by the Chinese well into the 1940s, long after it had been retired by the USAAC. The use of the B-10 by China underlines the global impact of this revolutionary aircraft and its crucial role in the development of modern military aviation. While the B-10 may not have been the most advanced aircraft in the skies during the Second Sino-Japanese War, its contributions to the Chinese war effort were significant and deserve recognition. Conclusion: the Martin B-10 taught several important lessons. The plane's design revealed the potential of monoplane bombers and showed the military benefits of all-metal construction, enclosed cockpits, and internal bomb bays. However, the B-10 also highlighted the rapid pace of aviation technology. Within a few years, it was rendered obsolete by more advanced aircraft. Moreover, the failure of the Model 146 emphasized the importance of continual innovation to remain competitive. In summary, the Martin B-10 was a revolutionary aircraft that heralded a new era in bomber design. Despite its relatively brief operational history, the B-10 served as a crucial stepping stone, paving the way for the future of strategic bombing. Its pioneering design and operational use, both in the United States and abroad, offered invaluable lessons that shaped the trajectory of military aviation. While the B-10's reign was short-lived, its impact on the field of aviation was profound and enduring. Specifications: crew 3 length 44 feet 9 in 13.6 for meters wingspan, 70 feet 6 in 21.49 meters height, 15 feet 5 in 4.70 meters empty weight, 9,681 pounds 4,391 kilograms gross weight, 14,700 pounds 6,668 kilograms max takeoff weight, 16,400 pounds 7,439 kilograms power plant. 2 times Wright R18-20-33 Cyclone F3 9-cylinder air-cooled radial piston engines, 775 horsepower, 578 kilowatts each.